Okay, and we're going to go right into the channel. From that place of gratitude and appreciation, caring and compassion, that deep place of heart resonance, that place where you know who you are, where you know the song of your soul. Where you can find the infinite in every cell of your being. The infinite divine you. So breathe into that and just let that now fill you up. Your own limitless divinity right here, right now. In your physical vehicle, in your spiritual vehicle, who you are here in the room and what you take with you when you go. That love, that gratitude, appreciation, that deep place of compassion for your journey. You get to be here. You get to do this. And we all do this together.
So it is good day to you, huh? Very good to see your energy, your light, your brightness, your radiance coming through to this focus. For those of you who were not here yesterday, we are at Rhonda. And we bring with us an entire council of light that is a reflection of your light. We did want our vessel Marilyn, we asked her, our vessel Marilyn, to select a card from the Manifest Your Mastery cards of Monica, Maronia and Kryon. And it was very appropriate, even though she argued just a bit with us about reading things without her glasses and things like that. You know, those human things. We want you to breathe this in, for it is perfectly appropriate for this time. This is for you. Old soul wisdom. I am an old soul. I have vast experience, deep knowledge, and spiritual wisdom. I am the hope of the planet, and my magnificence is known by God. Take a deep breath. I am the hope of this planet, and my magnificence is known by God. You see, dearest beings of light, you have been operating in the Akash. Dearest Kryon spoke of it yesterday. Now you are picking up that essence that is your strongest quality, your best asset, your talent, your skill. For you are the next evolutionary step of humanity. You are the way showers, you are the light bearers, you are the bringers of joy. So that may still be within you, that might not be quite so joyful. It is time to remind yourself that that is only the contrast that helps you remember the joy that you are. As you know, it is your birthright. So if you have that old sadness, that old energy, that old stuff, it is time to integrate that so completely that all you have left is your wisdom, your joy, your laughter, and the understanding that when a contrast happens, and it will, Someone's going to come up and just push your contrast button. And when it does, that you say, oh, I love you so much for letting me know that I still have another contrast button to work with. You see, that is all it is. It's a part of your evolution. It is a part of the reminder that even though, yes, you are God, acting in the personality of who you are, and God is a part of you, and God is all around you, or Source is all around you, that there's still a little tweaking that still gets to be done because you've got your body here. When you don't have your body, then you're one of the masters yourself. Well, you're one of the masters now, you just have a body slowing you down, huh? Understand, we came all this way to reflect that to you. We came all this way to help you understand more of who you are. Such a being of light. Such an energy of love. That your essence is the expanded light of this galaxy. And you may think, well, how can my essence be expanded light and be affecting this whole galaxy? Well, when your light bumps into some other light, that makes 2 lights. And then when that light bumps into another light, that makes 4 lights. And when those lights bump into another light, that makes 8. And you do the math. It doesn't take long before it is an illuminated galaxy. Dearest beings, you see who you have been. You see the wisdom that you gained from that experience as you bring in that coherence into your heart. That energy, that coherence, you can bring forth always. You can accommodate that by being who you were meant to be and not arguing so much about it. And thinking, oh, I can't do that. What will people think? Who do I think I am? You are who you think you are. You are who you feel you are. And it is time to stand up and claim that. It is time to maybe sit down and claim that. Whatever works, works. For you see, that is your essence, that you came all this way through the Pleiadian gateway to get here, seated by the Pleiadians all this way for this time, for this shift. And we are so grateful for you. We are so honored by you. We know for some it has not been an easy journey to get here. So now you can celebrate because you've done that already, the hard part. It can get easier, yes? Remember who you are, dearest ones. Remember the illumination that radiates from your heart center no matter what else happens. It is still there. Be that old soul wisdom. Please, we implore you to pick up the torch, pick up the light, and show the way. We love you deeply. We honor you. And we bid you namaste. Namaste.
Greetings, dear ones. I'm Kryon of Magnetic Service. We continue. The messages from the other side of the veil, they don't change because the channelers change. The message is the message. You could have a number of channelers in the chair passing. Between them, message to message to message. And if they're really tuned in, it's the same message. One complements the other. And the message of the evening, right now, is a plea for self-awareness. It's a plea to drop that which is the human part of you, just for a moment. Today you were taught about coherence. You got to see the example and hear the testimonies of those who discovered that if they can bring coherence to their life even for a moment or two, imagining compassion, imagining love, the chemistry of the body starts to cooperate with them to the degree that it continues to generate it. For hours and hours, it continues to generate it. We're going to talk about spiritual chemistry, and there is both esoteric consciousness and body involved in something that, yes, even the pineal gland is part of. It creates a comfort in you knowing absolutely that you're loved. And yet you so seldom get there. That so much information is always going on in your mind that the whole idea of creating coherence starts to become viable, necessary, needed, so that you can stop the tapes, as we say, and start creating not a void, not a vacuum, but a clearing where you can stop everything and feel that which is your essence. And the essence that you have, every single one of you listening, everyone in the room, the real essence that you have is what you came in with. Dear ones, your chemistry and all that is esoteric in your body, your consciousness, and all designed on the other side of the veil to feel the presence of love. To know that this is temporary, to remember at some level what home is, and to create this as much as you can for yourselves. And in doing so, it creates it for others. And in doing so, the others create it for others. This is the prime directive, if you want to use the word, to find God inside. But there are so many who will say, I feel disconnected no matter what. It's really tough to stop the tapes. It's tough to even stop. Some have decided, well, you're going to do this through meditation. All well, all good, all beautiful. But then the meditation stops. There comes a time that it stops. And then you think to yourself, well, all I have done was to create spaces where I can be in touch with who I am, the other side of the veil. And that's really not what I want. I can't be in meditation 24/7. What is it that's going to allow me to not only feel this touch of the face of God in my life, but what is it that I could do that I could feel it all the time, no matter what? I can feel it while I'm cooking, while I'm cleaning, while I'm driving, while I'm at work, at the computer perhaps. Is this viable? Is it possible? Or does it have to be segmented into times when I'm aware and times when I'm not? What does that say about me? And yet, so many of you old souls are starting to ask that question, because you're starting to understand and realize there's something there. For those of you in the meeting, in the room, there's something here. And it's not a man in the chair talking. There's an enormous energy, a coherence of God, if you wish, that presses upon you right now. Some of you can feel it. And in this, what is the prime directive from the other side of the veil? Why don't you get the prime directives together? I'll tell you what they are. Love, compassion, unconditional compassion. Have you ever thought there might be a time in a meeting like this where you could do something, create a space where whatever you did would last a lifetime? Create some kind of coherence that's so powerful that it sticks with you. It sticks with you so much, that's all you want, because it feels so good. And then you realize you can create it by yourself. And then you realize self-realization. I'm a factory for spirit. Well, if you've wondered that, is it possible? Why don't we try it? And in this, a group of old souls of like mind, singular purpose and design, who understand the principles, in this we can help one another. When I say we, I'm speaking for my partner, who is also one of you in the chair. Here's the idea. You're going to open yourself up so much that the veil for a moment or two would open to whatever degree is appropriate for you and your life, and you would feel, for the first time perhaps, unconditional centering, unconditional love, as though you were an infant, helpless, in a space you hadn't been before, helpless in a way that was good, because there isn't anything you could do, no matter what flailing, that could change anything you were. And in that helplessness, you would feel the love of perhaps the greatest mother, father, the greatest parenting, the greatest compassion and love, all the relatives standing around looking at you saying, this is magnificent. This is the definition of compassion. And it would be all around you. This is not being self-centered. This is self-realization that you are known by God. And the metaphor of being known by God is so powerful. Not just known, cared about, loved. What gets in the way of you and this feeling is all of the training you've had that you can't go there. Or the training that you've had that says that God is real and loves you, but you can't go there. Not allowed. Or that perhaps you're not magnificent. Or perhaps you're one who is not worthy of the glory of the Creator. So why don't we just change that? For a moment, just for a moment. Are you able to drop the tapes, ignore the sounds around you, and create a timelessness for a moment that would let you feel everything that is yours from the other side of the veil. Stop the clock. Nothing is important. Just for a minute. Nothing is more important than the connection that you are built to have, that this shift is starting to move toward. Fast track this connection by this moment. We're going to turn it into a little meditation just right now, just for a moment. And if you're ready, let it begin right now. I would like to tell you something. You are known. Every hair on your head or anywhere. You have hair everywhere. You have hair. Known by God, counted by God. Every chemical, everything in your body, known by God. Shaking hands with that which is the Creator, whether you know it in your consciousness or not. That is how important you are. This creative source that you are looking at right now, face to face, eyeball to eyeball, is able to be with each one of you 24/7 in such a beautiful, personal, multidimensional way. There's no sharing where you have to have one human at a time. It's all together. All the hearts, all the compassion of the entire galaxy, the universe, right now, pouring through the veil to tell you one thing, that is, we know you. Your soul glows on this planet so much that we surround you with our love. You can never be alone. You have an entourage of your own that can take your hand at any moment, whether you know it or not, whether you let them or not. They're always ready, always ready, always ready. The compassion of the Creator is in your lap. Let it shine with you. Drop the pretenses, drop the blah blah, drop all the things that keep you from shaking this hand that has always been outstretched to you, because you are loved. You cannot conceive it. It is so beautiful, so precious, so bright, so pure, so pure. The consciousness of God is nothing like a human being. It is spectacular in its purity and its silence. This is who you are. Just for a moment. This is the real you. You're part of all of it. All of it. You're your own prophet. You're your own ancestor. So great is this. Come back slowly from this knowledge, this experience. And some of you will never be the same. Because it's a revelation. Nobody told you. It's a revelation that you can dig into the purity. And it becomes you. You've heard the expression, "Be still my heart," so many times. "Be still my soul," so many times. This is the expression that so many on this planet use. That would say, in the stillness of all things in your body, there is a revelation of God. Dear ones, you have the Creator inside you. It's built in. What we just did was not something that is unusual for you to get to a place where the Creator can touch you, because the Creator is inside you. What you've just done was to clear the fence so that you could touch each other. It's built in. You can do this as many times as you want to. It's an effort for some and easy for others, but it's a measure of the coherence you have with the creative source. The more you increase this coherence, the more this planet becomes lighter in so many ways. The end result, dear ones, is not peace on earth, because peace on earth will come with this light and coherence automatically. The goal for the planet is what you do after you have peace on earth. For that's when all of the inventions can be brought to you, when stillness is something that you could have simply by going there. When the buttons are gone that would be pressed in you, that would create fear and anger, distress and drama. This is not a fantasy. Some have felt the reality of this. There are still cultures on this planet who are embedded in this so grandly that they can control even their heart rate. They know who they are. Dear ones, I close with this. Known by God, not just 3 words. This is actionable. That is a word that means it's real. You can act on it. It is something that exists. It's not that which is so esoteric, it's only in this room. It is something you carry from this place, and you live it. You live it. And in that, you can raise your hand to the sky if you wish and say, thank you, thank you, thank you, that I just had the greatest revelation of who I am. For I, you might say, am a part of the creative source of all things. And you'd be right. You'd be right. That is the beauty of the soul that all of you have, that is forever, that always exists, even after the body quits. You are you, part of that which is everything. That is the beauty of the message that we bring and will continue to bring. And so it is.